So now what I would like to do is have our guest special trainers for the next 3 hours. You're going to be able to sit at the feet of these women. Please help us welcome right now. I want you to get to know them a little bit better before you hear them, our special guest trainers. I walked in and said the bar stools must go. Poor Angela goes, I know they're going. I know they don't look good. So we're just going to have a little chat here because here's how it works. So are you guys going to be relaxed? Oh, Katarina's drinking coffee. She's relaxed. Oh, tea. Okay. So here's how it works, ladies, because I don't want everybody to get their panties in a bunch, okay? Is that okay to say? Well, I mean, they all are women. Men, look, the guy in the orange, he's laughing. Okay, we get to say things like that. Well, what happens because of space? We have 6 fabulous speakers, and I could not have anyone. I mean, Tammy's been here 5th time, 4th time? 4th time. We love her. That's one. I'll start with you in a minute here. But I want to tell you, so you guys had an opportunity to sign up for 3 classes out of the 6, correct? Yeah. Don't go with your best friend. Break up. You know what I'm saying? And then you can share notes. So you only get to have 3 of them out of 6. That's just the way it is. But you're going to get to know them. They've all been here this weekend. You're going to talk to them right now. You can go by their table and get a book or literature and get to know them better. Break up, have your buddy go to one, you go to one. And really it's because of space. There's only so many people that can go in so many rooms. So I just want you to know there's a logic to why we do everything and why we had to do it this way. Because if I could stay here for 10 hours and have each one of them for an hour and love for you to hear from all of them. So I want to give you opportunity to know who they are and why we picked them. So since I've known Tammy the longest, isn't she a kid?
I'm the most fortunate one on the stage.
I love those shoes. Show us those shoes.
And they're even comfortable.
All right. Okay, for those of you that are new, you don't know Tammy. But you're going to love her. She was a keynote speaker. We're going to have her back. You'll come back next year, won't you?
Most likely, got to do those dates.
Okay. But she's the founder of Sales Refinery. It's online training and seminars. I love getting your emails. What do you do that for? I mean, like, is that what you do?
Well, I love writing. I love writing. And actually, it was just something that I started, and I started writing an article about, I was doing it really religiously, like every week. And I did that for a few years, and it just made such a difference and for people. And I'd find out from people like a year later that all these articles I'd written, that it made such a difference in their lives. So it's one of the ways that it's like, that's my payment.
You know what? I didn't know you were a writer. I mean, I thought people wrote it for you because I love your articles.
Oh, yeah.
She's a great speaker, a dynamic speaker, but I love your emails. So people can just go online and sign up for the Tammy at TammyStanley.com, and she sends you these amazing stories about her family, her kids, and they all relate to everything. And she kicks you in the butt once a week, telling you, what, are you off your butt and out there making calls? And so she's just another connection for you to have to stay in your business. So sign up for her emails because they are really interesting stories. But see, I didn't know that you actually wrote them.
Really?
No.
It's my voice, totally. I know people tell me
Well,
once
I
they
mean,
know
when
me.
you write them. Oh,
Once they know
it
me.
is. Well, you can write stuff and then people can rewrite it for you. All right.
No, I do all my own writing. I guess I should take Judy's advice though and give it to you. I write for me.
Now, one thing I want you to know about her, she was in direct sales and she built a multi-million-dollar direct sales company raising 4 children.
You know, why, right? You're like, I got 4 kids, I can get out of the house. I used to tell people, now, I will never stand up here and tell you that I have been to every single baseball game. Thank God. Or so boring.
Okay, Tammy.
Don't hold back, Tammy. Tell us how you really feel.
I love you. Okay, we're going to hear from her again in a minute, but someone that we had last year was so amazing. She wears this outfit over here, but let me say, no, wait a minute, take this. She was a Black Hawk helicopter pilot and chief warrant officer for the U.S. You know what I'd like to do, Elizabeth? I'd like to see if there are any women in this room that were in the military. We want to honor you. If you were ever in the military, there you go. Let's stand up. So we have one, so we all stood up, so I don't know if you're all Virginia Cross, our photographer in the military. And what were you in?
United States Air Force.
United States Air Force. Oh, Christina Barajas. What were you in, Christina?
United States Air Force.
United States Air Force. And yes, we're
United States Army.
United States Army.
Air Force.
Air Force. The Navy.
Marine Corps.
Woo! What more?
The Army.
The Army. We honor you. Don't you just, whenever I'm on a plane, I see anybody in the military, I'll do this to them. Does this help when you go up and, well, you're not really in a uniform anymore.
I don't wear this out.
But go up to them. It's amazing when you were in it. When you were in it, you just go up to anyone you see and say, thank you for serving our country. I mean, it doesn't matter if you know them or not. That just makes their day. Thank you for serving our country.
And what I like to do is if I see them in a restaurant, like with their family, because, okay, those who serve, we don't get paid much when you serve, right? So I'll grab a waiter or the manager and pay for their check.
Aww. No, I think you're in the military, well, you have a different kind of story.
A little bit.
And because she was, think of this, being a Black Hawk helicopter pilot, chief warrant officer, and working all with men. She has an amazing story. She was our keynote speaker last year, but she now launches a whole career on leadership, women, entrepreneurs. But I like it because she has this amazing story working with men. And tell us, how did you work with all those men in the military?
Very difficultly. And Judy, with her, selling a skirt kind of test, is that men are very task-oriented, men are very driven, and so what I found being, and anyone who has served knows this, or in a male-dominated, is that especially in the military, I mean, hello, uniforms, they want us to fit in. We need to be like them. And so, actually, the most difficult part for me, and something that you all need to do, is make sure you find your own voice and story. And make it your own. Thus the bling. So.
They would die right now.
Oh, they do. Is that regulation?
Hope not.
I don't know, want to borrow it? No, let's see them wear it. So,
But what would you say, because we are in a male-dominated business. So obviously you were in a male-dominated career in the military, but now we are in a male-dominated business.
yes.
And I think it's because most
far.
men, what? So
So
far.
far.
Oh, I love it. But I think because they stand out more is because they take direct selling, they'll get into it full time, and they stay in the limelight, where most of us are doing it part-time, start out part-time, we have something else going on, raising kids, so we don't get as much attention. But you were in direct selling, you were actually a corporate trainer in direct selling, you understand the business. She's written books on network marketing, these cute little books that one time, I have to tell, I was in California and she was gonna speak for us and she brought her new little book. What was it called?
That one's, it's not stalking, no.
21 things of network marketing or something.
50 tips for network marketing.
50 tips for network marketing. So I picked it, didn't that sound interesting? 50 tips, and it was a little book. I thought I could read this. She's up there speaking, and I read the whole thing during her whole talk.
Yeah, tell her to write that. I'd be like, I could do this.
But this was just, less 6 months ago. So see, I'm always looking at things like that. So share something with them that they can take home with how they could handle working their career in a male-dominated.
Well, the first thing is just accept and forgive yourself right now that you're not going to do it the same as the men. And celebrate it.
Yes.
Elevate it. Accelerate it. Because you need to do it your way. That's good and authentic to you. So you need to celebrate. We are way better at relationships. We're just not as good about talking about ourselves like guys are. They're really good at it. They have no qualms going to their buddies and saying, hey, you're doing this, come on, let's go. We just need to get better at that piece of it and the sharing piece and realizing that the sharing part of it isn't pushing. The sharing part of it is helping somebody else. So celebrate the differences. Use them to your advantage. They are tools in your toolbox. Okay? They're not-
Glad you're a woman?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be a guy, sorry. So, we are so much more relational and have better relationships that'll last us a lot longer, don't we?
Oh,
Yeah.
And before they leave, they're all going to share their takeaway tip that you want to give. So be thinking about that, ladies. Okay, you get to talk again, Tammy, and tell them what your one takeaway that you get. They're not going to get to hear you in one of their classes because they can't. Not everyone can go to every one. Think about that. But there's another lady that I met a few months ago, and this lady is going to be teaching navigating the waters. Now, it's only been, Debbie, last year was our first year we attempted at even learning about social media, because I'm not a social media person. I told you that I grew up in the, when there was no computer, so they passed me up. And I'm just now realizing, women, and I'm sorry, we are going to learn how to use the social media to our advantage. If not, we are going to get past it. I don't care if you're 99 years old. I don't care anything about you. You're not computer literate. You're going to do this business. You're going to learn a little bit. Not like, don't have to be a guru. And so I met this lady, Debbie, and she has a career, actually started out driving a yellow school bus. That's what she did. Because when you hear her speak, you think this gal has been doing social media for her whole entire life. For years, she drove a yellow school bus, and then she retired as a principal. Did you graduate from a school bus to a principal?
I started my career driving a school bus and did that for 4 years. Started teaching, only taught 4.5 years, and then the rest of my career I was a principal. And I was principal of 5 different campuses, pre-K to high school during those years. So I can keep us all in charge.
She's smart.
So I did that, and then I retired. You can retire very young in education. I'm going to record for saying that. And I retired because I was back in the day too. But that's why it's so cool, because I'm usually the older person in the room. I'm not going to say oldest, but that's probably true too. But anyway. But
Oh, she has my shoes on.
White House by Mark.
I wore those yesterday. Did you get those? I wore
I
furs.
saw. And so I started doing social media because I thought it was so cool. No intentions, just doing it. And a funny thing happened. People started reaching out to me on LinkedIn and said, "Can you do for me what you've done for you?" And they started hiring me. So I've totally reinvented myself, totally because of social media. So I want that to be, as Esther said, for everyone, because the whole world is truly at your fingertips with the internet, with social media.
And you don't have to be this big guru.
No, not at all.
What she's going to teach in her class and what you can get from her, I could go by her table. I don't even know what all she's offering, but listen.
I'm fine.
Listen. Just being on LinkedIn, you have to be on. I fought it for years. I'm sorry, girls. I know your pain. I fought it. You have to be on LinkedIn, and the coolest thing now, which is really fun, is so I told her to pick the 2 that I wanted to do for women, because men probably won't get on Pinterest. Okay?
They should.
They should. They're smart. But I got on this Pinterest now, and all of a sudden I'm getting pinned. I love it. And people find you because they're not even looking for electricity, but they're looking for something else, but then they find electricity.
Exactly.
But anyway, I'm not going to teach your course.
Yes, thank
But,
you. You're doing very well.
but what I want
read
is,
my book first, like Elizabeth. You didn't have to read my book first. She just.
yeah, but what my point is, and I mean, look, she's not 18, 19, or 20.
Right. And I
Because
want
you-
to be actually.
And she learned how to use this to her advantage. So we're not saying that we want you to spend lots of money and be this big, like, what do you call it, SEO and...
Right. I'm going to show you how easy it is step by step to do it with LinkedIn, with the baby steps, because I promise you it's not that hard. It's
Just
not.
baby
But as
steps.
Debbie said, it's not always going to be easy. It's not. But you have to decide that you're put on this earth for one reason, and that's to serve. And this is a limited environment where you can go, but on social media, you have the whole world at your fingertips.
So she's going to help us with that. If you don't get to her class, because we're limited, let me just say, if you got your little ticket, you got to go where your little ticket is. All right? No switching, unless you can switch with somebody, because we evened it all out. But out of 350 women, 200 actually filled out the survey. So 100 of you just got thrown in there for anybody, because we had to even it out. That's why it's very important when you get a survey and you're asked to pick something, you need to, or we pick it for you, okay? But I'm excited about her because I was looking for the right social media person to help our women. I don't think it's just going to be this weekend, but we connect, and I think that she's
We
someone.
have the same shoes for Pete's sake.
Yes.
What else can we say?
And she loves White House Black Mark, and I love
I'll
White
tell that
House
story.
Black Mark. So tell that at the, I want you to tell that when we go around again.
Okay.
All right, so next, now I just met her, but she comes highly, highly, highly recommended. And this is Cassandra. Did you say Cassandra or Cassandra?
I answer to either one.
Okay.
Which is it?
Which is it?
Cassandra.
Cassandra. Aren't these ladies funny? Aren't they great? Like, they're not boring. Is any one of these boring yet?
I'm kind of nervous about what you're going to say like that.
Well, listen, some of you understood that I defer to Alice Hinckley as my speaker consultant referrer. I don't know, is that a good title? What can we call her? But she's actually a sponsor. Well, I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But anyway, she recommended you, Cassandra.
Yes.
It's Cassandra. Cassandra sounds a little bit more like sexy, so is that okay? But I listened to her, I read her stuff, and Alice heard her and said she would be amazing for the women. I know that she is a speaker, she's a trainer, she's a certified dream coach with John Maxwell, which we love John Maxwell. And something that we're going to be working on this weekend with a couple of our speakers, and this is getting you out of your comfort zone, is speaking and learning to speak in front of a few people, one person, and she believes that success is speaking, is talking. This is what it is. I can't read my own writing. Success to you is talking to promote your business.
Yes.
Talking to promote your business. So what does that mean exactly?
Well, I think that we can work one-to-one, and that's the slow process. Just like Judy said that we need a team to be successful, I think speaking one-to-many gets you out there in front of potential prospects, paints you as a person of credibility, and when you speak from your heart, you can get the results that you want. So I think that's a much faster, easier way to get the results.
Yeah, but how are you going to do it? I mean, you're saying that, but do you have something to help? I mean, just saying talk.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to teach you an easy formula of how to formulate a 20-minute presentation so that you can make powerful presentations that compel people to buy what you're offering.
Ooh. Now, in case they don't, you're going to speak, each lady is speaking 3 times. So, but if they aren't fortunate enough to get into your class, what can they get from you?
They don't miss out. If you go to CassandraWashington.com, give me your name and email, I will send you the entire workbook with exercises and activities so you can create your 20-minute presentation.
See, I don't want anybody to miss anything. So let me tell you, if you don't get to hear them live, you're still going to get their information. You have the opportunity to make the choice. But I'm telling you, you need something from every single one of these women if you want to take your business to the next level. Just give us one of the things. What's number one?
Well, number one is relate. First, you have to relate to your customer. But the biggest step is number 5, which is all about connection. In John Maxwell's book, I'm quoted there, and it's all about connection. And one way that you guys can connect, and I coached a few people at my table, hello, is with your why ambit. Why did you go into this business in the first place? Connect to what you care about and speak from your heart, and you connect with your customer, your prospect, and then it's easier to ask them for a sale and close it. Yeah?
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to hear some, most of you, I hope all of you have advised her table. This is an amazing redhead. She could be a blonde. The way we communicate, I swear she's a blonde. Because we go back and forth in emails and we know what each other is saying and no one else has a clue. She just reads my mind. Like, we speak, we do everything faster than we're thinking. We think faster than what we're doing. I don't know what we do, Amy, but I met this fabulous lady through Judy Hoberman, great connection. She is the founder and CEO of Amy Applebaum, Inc. And this is what she does. She coaches female entrepreneurs. So she's a success and mentoring club. And actually, it was just about this last year that I really understood what a success and coach and a mentoring club. I thought I never needed one. You know, but I found out that all the successful people, everyone, you have a mentor or a coach, don't you? I mean, everybody has some kind of mentor. It doesn't matter who you are. The president probably has one. The president of Google has one. Donald Trump has one. You know, so I started, and I'll share more of this tomorrow, but I met this amazing woman. Tell us, what is a coach and a mentor? Tell them. Like, what do you do? When someone says you're a coach, well, what do you do? What is that? What do you mean you're a coach?
I'm a butt kicker. Now, listen, I help entrepreneurs build their businesses step by step, and every one of you is an entrepreneur. You're not just an ambit rep, you're an entrepreneur, and that's the difference that makes the difference. When you really start to see yourself as an entrepreneur, you start to take 100% responsibility for your business, every part of it. And all of these women are touching on such important topics, whether it's speaking, how you present yourself, your own personal brand. I love what you spoke about. Because if you don't know who you are when you're in business, it's almost impossible. You're so used to the big ambit brand, but each one of you is a brand. So, sales, marketing, you call it sharing, and it is sharing, right? Because we're not trying to push vacuums on people who don't want vacuums. You're sharing an incredible opportunity. Each one of those requires certain things. You have to, it's formulaic. Business is very formulaic. When you study all of these successful women, what you'll see is that they have a formula. They keep showing up. What makes Esther so incredible It's not, she's brilliant, but she's not the most brilliant person in the world. What she does is, sorry, I'm sorry. Nor am I, nor any of us. We're regular people, but we show up every day consistently. And that's what it's about. So being a coach is having someone to not only show you the way and tell you what the steps are, but it's to hold you accountable, help you with that mindset, because fear stops us every single day, and keep you moving and on track with what those steps are.
And how long have you been a coach, mentor, or like?
I keep saying.
You were born one.
I think I might have been. I'm the oldest of 5 kids, and I'm the bossy older sister. No, I've been doing this, I keep saying 15 years, but it's actually 18 now.
So she knows what she's doing. And she just had a baby 8 months ago.
14.
Oh, 14 months ago.
Which is even crazier, because it's
But you're
a
in
year ago.
you're like 40, right?
I'm gonna be 44 tomorrow. Aries. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever left her, so you're really important to me.
And she's like going up to the room and crying and doing this self. She won't let her see her because she'll start crying. But she gets to speak, look in and see her. But see how committed she is to us? She left her baby for the first time. Well, don't worry, the second and third, fourth, you leave a lot earlier. It's just the first one. Last but not least, this was also a fabulous referral, but once Alice referred me to Cap. Actually, we tried to get you last year. Remember? And you, yes?
And I was booked already?
You were booked already. I have an email with
Thank
you.
you for trying again.
You were booked, and that's why I'm sorry we asked you, Elizabeth. But, I didn't know you then. We started looking after that because Alice highly recommended. So right away we said, well, we'll get you for next year. And here she is, Katerina.
Happy to be here.
And she's gonna be doing. She offered to do. She's doing a keynote tomorrow, which will be. And I've seen her on video. She's gonna. You're gonna love her. Okay, she's gonna motivate you. But she also offered to do a breakout session. And so you are a business strategist.
Yes.
Whoa. A speaker, author, and Best National Learn to Power thing. But what's a business strategist?
In our business, it's very important that we be strategic. So we don't just do our business, we figure out first how we're going to do our business. We measure what we do so that we can always be upgrading and keep upgrading so that we have more success with ease faster. So I help women figure that out.
Because you can't just hope that your business is going to work.
Yes.
If you don't have a plan, if you don't, is that what you're saying? Like,
Well,
you
it's
don't,
part of it. Hope, karma, prayer, these are all good augmentations, but they should not be your key business strategy. Right?
and that's what probably a lot of us do, right?
Right?
I love that. So, were you born a speaker, like, too? Or, like, what?
Was I born a speaker? You know, I always picked the oral presentation over the written presentation in school. And when I was in about 6th grade, there was a boy that I liked who was at a school where they were having a speech contest. And that's how I got over to the school where he was I entered a speech contest.
You're aggressive.
That's the truth.
Great.
That's the truth.
But she beat him in the speech contest.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't interested in her.
Yeah, that's your problem. Maybe that's good. I'm gonna have to add that part. That's good.
And you notice that none of these speakers are like jealous of each other, and they don't make any money from each other. They're connecting. It's the same thing out here. Listen, most of you aren't even on my team. I mean, I've never made money off Debbie Atkinson, off Melinda Lilly. My son does. But, and Ann does, and Ginger does. But I love them. We connect. We're not jealous of each other. This is why we have a women's conference. And you do a lot of women's conferences, right? Or is that
actually-
all you do?
Yes, well, I decided after 20 plus years in business that I only want to hang out with the ladies. And so all my events are women only now, and I only go talk to the ladies because I'm here to serve the ladies, and it gives me more pleasure than to do what we all get to do, which is come and serve all of you. And we are different.
And I am going to say this one thing, not one of these women charge to come here. So,
Let's just be clear, you charge everywhere else.
yes. Don't put that on the recording, please. Nix that. But you know what we feel? And I'm going to tell you this, and then I want to hear a 30-second takeaway that you've got to give them that they're going to learn in their class, your class, or they will learn. So what I'm saying that for is, I have a good reason for saying that. Get your checkbook and your wallet out and start investing in your freaking business. It costs money to make money. Now the vendor fair is over, no more jewel. Well, we'll have a little bit tonight. We want to give to charity. But listen, personal self-development, number one. If you make, what's the rule? How much should you spend on personal development? Like, is it 10%? 10%.
That's what I would say, 10%.
10%. So, and I just learned that's what I should do. And and then it starts getting, okay, I mean, I have to spend. Okay, well, Debbie, let's take Debbie. Makes $100,000 a month, and that means that you need to spend $10,000 a month on personal development. That's the rule. But if you don't learn to do it when you are making $100, which is what, $10 or $1,000, you'll never do it at the big thing. And the reason I'm saying that is because they come with their own pocketbook. They fly themselves here. Except I do want to say, we have a gold sponsor, Alice Hinckley. You saw her in the program? This woman, she used $250,000 or $300,000 of her miles and donated to the cannery because she's from California.
I love you, Alice. Wherever you are. Great, my friend. I love you.
And she is a speaker, author too, but this year she said, I'm going to just be with my team. She took back step, the back seat, whatever. Okay. Now, Cassandra, what is it that you want to share with them? A takeaway.
So communication, I want to teach you how to communicate with power. And power to me is confidence and standing in your own strengths. I'm going to teach you how to do that on the outside. That's organizing your speech. But I know that power is an inside job. So you remember the Wizard of Oz? Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Say this with me. Fears and doubts and worries, oh my. Fears and doubts and worries, oh my. That's the inside work that we must do to move our business forward, to communicate with power and confidence and get the results that you really want, to address those fears, worries, and doubts.
Is that the lifetime line?
Well, ladies, if you're coming to my session today, we're going to be talking about mindset. Very important. We're going to be talking about the millionaire's mindset. You don't have to want to be millionaires. You just have to want to be successful. It's about releasing the successful person that you have inside. We all know that taking action is key. But if your mindset isn't in alignment with that, then it's not going to happen. And the way that works, which we'll cover today, know you can, say you will, and do it. Know you can. You have to believe it's possible. Say you can, say you will, make the commitment and do it. Those three have to be in alignment.
Write that down, say it again.
Know you can.
No, you can't.
That's the belief part. And that's a choice, and we'll talk more about it. Say you will.
Say you will.
That's the commitment. And then do it, no questions asked.
Do it. Great.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna teach y'all to fly. Anybody wanna fly? First, lead yourself.
You are powerful. You want to like, you know, strong.
But pretty,
Tell me like it is.
we're gonna
Like
first,
military.
yeah. There's a shocker. So we're gonna fly. First lead yourself, and I'm gonna teach you to soar to success in your business. I'm gonna tell you stories about being a Black Hawk helicopter pilot, but as you all know, some of you might, and we'll find out, I relate everything, the story back to your business and your life and how to be better with what you have and where you are.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to teach you in my class what to say and what not to say on the telephone, and how to present what's called an irresistible offer. And I'll also be showing you, I know one of the biggest concerns is that you don't want to be pushy. And I'm going to show you just how pushy you are. And that's why people say no. So that's what you'll be learning in my class today.
Okay, now wait.
I love your book. Your book is one of my favorite, but I can't say the name of it.
Carpe bonum. It's like carpe diem, like seize the day. Yeah, I gotta retitle it.
Yeah, because
Some blondes can't say that. Carpe bonum or whatever I say it. I don't, like carpe, I don't.
I'm gonna retitle it for Esther. It's gonna be called Seize the Phone. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that is your tagline, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Seize the Phone.
And Debbie?
I'm going to teach you how to use social media in an easy, step-by-step way. And I'm going to start with telling you how White House Black Market, which I love, and I have everything on from them. When I did my event in January, they clothed me. And I got to go to the store and pick out everything I wanted. Jewelry, shoes, clothes, everything. Kind bars, the same way. So using social media to get your message out there, and we have moved from push marketing, as several mentioned, to pull. And to show you how easy that is to do, because all it's about is being you, being real, as Sandra and everyone has said, speaking from the heart and building relationships. That's what I'm going to teach you.
What I want you to know is that you have value to bring and people to serve. And many of you are saying to yourself, I'll get started speaking later. And I want to encourage you to stop getting ready to begin to think about getting started to get going and to start speaking. Because you don't become masterful at something if you wait on doing it. And what I'm going to share with you in my session are the 10 steps I teach over and over for how to help women catapult their business through my speaking system. We're going to talk about how to get booked, all the rookie mistakes people make, all the myths that they are so old and tired that don't work, and how you can walk out of your house in the morning and come back in the afternoon with people, new customers, new people on your team, people that you never even ever met before.
Wow. Now, I ran 5 minutes over, but did you like this?